pa 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 ella, pa 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 ella,
So glad you could join us for another edition of Locally New England, a show that is committed to bringing you local lifestyle insights, market events, and business profiles, highlighting the culture that makes Rhode Island and New England such a special place to live. I'm Joe Guarnieri. We're looking to end the year strong, so first up we'll sit down with the law offices of Ronald J. Resmini to discuss accident and personal injury law. All next on Locally New England.
Locally New England is brought to you by Charahoe Furniture, beautifully crafted American-made home furnishings. First Hyundai, North Attleboro. Save every day at First Hyundai. And Some Pump Geeks. We service all brands.
Welcome back. Well, if you've ever been on the freeway, you've come across our next guest. In with us today, joining us are Adam and Andrew Resmini of the law offices of Ronald J. Resmini. Welcome, gentlemen.
Thanks for having us.
To the show. Now, first of all, what I mentioned at the beginning is what seems to be a growing legacy of the Resmini family. Tell us about the history of it.
Thank you. Yeah, so my dad started the practice in 1979. He became a lawyer in 1969. That's when he first passed the bar and became licensed. Started out working for different law firms and eventually started out opening his own practice about 10 years later. So 1979 is when that happened. The firm has grown and shrunken over its years.
Yeah.
I think the most he's had is 16 lawyers working at the firm. But it kind of bore down back to its core with him kind of running the shop on his own. And then, of course, my brothers and I coming into the practice, trying to carry on the legacy, expand that legacy, and continue to represent the folks here in Rhode Island.
And like I said, as far as the legacy is concerned, I feel like I'll see you guys on the show of the law that built America, because what's there is all over New England. Basically, you covered so many states within New England. But as far as you guys are concerned, getting into it as sons, was it part of your interest? Was that what got you in, or was it the family sort of thing?
Yeah, I'll let Andy.
Yeah, so I was the youngest one. I had a unique opportunity as the last of the Mohegans to get in there.
Right.
And it was always a dream of mine to follow my dad's footsteps, which I had the opportunity to do when Adam and Jay did that, and I joined along, and it's been a real great success. Starting up with them and really building on what kind of we saw him doing when we were younger. I think family drives our business. The values of a family. Keeping those close knit relationships really with the clients. We try to really foster that and develop those relationships with people.
And those relationships, as far as personal injury goes, it's a very it's a personal thing, obviously. Mm-hmm. And so, what are the types of cases that you take on within the company? Does everybody do something different, or?
Yeah, great question. We've been blessed. Our dad has established a fantastic business model and just representing people with compassion.
Mm-hmm.
I think throughout the entirety of his career, he really believes in everything that he does. He kind of instilled that in all of us. I think that's why we all kind of went into the same practice and the same subsection of practice. So we practice personal injury law. We're representing injured folks who have unfortunately been involved in a situation that no fault of their own has put them back and because of an injury, or maybe they're out of work. A lot of things kind of go into that, but car accident cases, slip and fall cases, product liability cases, medical malpractice cases, those are the gamut of cases that we typically handle. Of course, there's offshoots of that, workers' compensation type cases, and we're working closely with all of the folks that we partner with in order to handle them. But I think for what we're doing and representing, the folks in Rhode Island, Massachusetts, we handle cases in Connecticut. I'm licensed in Florida, so there's a large net that we try to cast so we can represent as many folks as we can. And I think that family purpose that my dad has instilled in us, and also kind of that representation with compassion for the folks, and walking them through this difficult process in life, because it's really their lives have been turned upside down.
Yeah.
Has kind of driven all of us to follow in his footsteps. And I think it's pretty unique that I think all three of us have done that. I think we all could have done many different things, but just seeing him and how much he loved to do what he does and continues to do it. He's 82 years old. And I just left the office. He's still there.
He's still there.
He's still there, and he is in love with the business and loves representing folks. And I think we also do the same. We just love handling cases on behalf of our clients, and that's why I think followed in his footsteps.
It's great to hear that love and passion that you guys still draw into it, the company itself. But before we go really quickly, when it's obviously important for someone to call right away when they have an accident or injury or something like that. And calling you guys, where can we find out, where can our viewers call or get online to find this company and seek the necessary
Yeah, so we always tell people, if the first thing or the last thing you think about is an attorney when you get in an accident.
Right.
Obviously, your life's upside down. You're in a very bad situation. We see people usually, at their worst. But we say once you obviously get through that moment, we like to be involved in these things right from the get-go, because we can start working on things and obviously counseling our clients and in the best direction to go. Our phone number is 401-444-4444, dial 4. And our website, www.resminilaw.com. You can find us there as well. And obviously we have a extensive results page and what we do and all things personal injury, so we can certainly be looked up that way as well.
Well, gentlemen, it's such a great pleasure having you on the show and being able to tell our viewers where you are, that you exist, and the legacy of this company. And we wish you the best.
Thank you.
Obviously,
appreciate it.
hopefully you can come back in the future and talk about it a little bit more.
Thanks so much.
you.
Thanks
Yeah,
for
we
having
appreciate
us.
it. Thank you very
really
much.
appreciate it. Thank you.
When Locally New England returns, we will sit down with Junior Achievement of Rhode Island, coming up next.